Hello, kids, and welcome to the Domestic Disturbance Podcast. 3 comics, 3 opinions, 1 shit show. Featuring Mike Keegan.
Are you just going to talk over me the whole time? Is that what you're going to do? All right, thank you. I hope you enjoyed that episode. Thank you very much.
Carla Oakerson.
I tolerate you. I think I tolerate you very well.
You don't tolerate me at all.
I tolerate you. Believe that. I certainly tolerate all your horse shit. Look at me, I'm being tolerant right now. Look how tolerant. I'm tolerating it.
And Tim Saliani.
See,
Bill Clinton suicides people. Was the name of my high school band.
Be sure and stop by the Domestic Disturbance Podcast Facebook page to check out any new shows, upcoming events, or to leave us some hate mail. Music from our podcast is from the hardcore band Bore. You should check them out on Spotify and Bandcamp, where you can put a little something in the hat for them and purchase their music like good little consumers. Thanks for listening, and enjoy the arguments.
I'm Carla Oakerson, and with me tonight are my 2 co-hosts, Tim Saliani and Mike Keegan. And joining us is friend of the podcast, Will Sharon.
Bill Sharon, how are you, bud?
Hello, everybody.
Why
How you doing?
are you so
Guys,
fucking upbeat?
Can we all get behind how much better I am at it than Tim and Mike?
Like a pro.
You're like a cartoon character, Carla.
Yeah, no shit, Kathy Lee. Where's Hoda? Stop.
So, guys, the 2 people who are watching with us, actually it's 14, but we were right in the middle of Will telling us that he had an anxiety attack at Chick-fil-A. Start at the beginning and tell us what happened.
I can say I've never had an anxiety attattack at Chick-fil-A.
They ran out of chicken.
We're here for you. We're here for you, Will.
So my daughter, who's in 8th grade, decided to have friends over today. A couple friends. She's like, I have a few friends over. Like, yeah, sure. So her big thing was, I want to have them. I want to get them Chick-fil-A. So we'll have Chick-fil-A for dinner.
How did that make you feel, Will?
I don't mind. I like Chick-fil-A. I like Shake Shack's chicken sandwich better. But I'm not anti Chick-fil-A.
Gay? Because you go to Chick-fil-A? Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Now, do you feel that the chicken is tastier when it's marinated in hatred?
bigotry?
I'll eat homophobia all day long.
I think it tastes better.
It tastes better. It does. I have to say, I'm going to be really honest. I'm not a fan of their stance, but their chicken is delicious. But also, like, here's the thing I don't understand. Like, who fucking asked Chick-fil-A, like, what they, like, why do you ask them? Like, I wouldn't ask anybody at Chick-fil-A anything that didn't have to do with chicken. Like, that's really the
First
only
of all,
thing I would
like,
go to them on.
I don't like supporting Chick-fil-A for that reason, but let's not fucking pretend that Colonel Sanders didn't fucking derail the Underground Railroad at some point.
Look, I don't know what they did. I don't know what Colonel Sanders' viewpoint is about, gay people. Like,
I can tell you one thing. He probably owned a plantation.
Yeah, I'm sure Colonel Sanders was all about equality.
Yeah, but like, whose idea was it to just, be like, hey, chicken people, how do you feel about gay rights? Like, I don't ask them that. I don't actually care what
That's actually the first thing I ask when I go to chicken.
that is fair.
I was at Zorn's the other day. I'm like, hey,
I don't want to know anything from anybody at Chick-fil-A that doesn't involve chicken. It's not gay filet. It's Chick-fil-A. I want to know about chicken.
I used to hang out at a place called Gay Filet.
Yeah, I only want to know their thoughts on chicken. You want to tell me about
Ironically,
chicken?
they didn't serve fish.
Yeah.
Wow.
But see, when I go to Chick-fil-A, I no longer ask them their stance on homosexuality after the Pulse nightclub murders, where they actually went against their religious policy and stayed open on Sunday and served all of the people in the area free food and let them use their place as a triage emergency center. So I stopped asking them. I continue to support them.
They even cut a glory hole in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A.
For Christ's sakes.
But I just don't
totally
understand. Like,
different Polynesian sauce.
How does it come up that you want to ask what the political?
I don't think anyone. So I think it's
I want to know where my fucking food is coming from. How much antibiotics in this chicken, and what is your stance on gay pride?
Yeah,
they donate.
Too much to ask?
That don't support homosexuality.
I challenge you to go to Wings to Go right near Hofstra and ask them their stances on everything.
Well, I have
my next fucking TikTok.
I've gone to Wings to Go, and let me tell you what they are strongly in favor of. Letting fucking heroin addicts hang out by their drive-thru when I was trying to get some fucking lemonade, and there were 3 different heroin addicts like nodding off in my window asking me for money. And I was
Let me ask you this: if there were 3 different ones,
I'm not thirsty anymore. I might not be thirsty anymore. I think I'm all right.
If they were in the drive-thru, were they acting like they were actually in a car, like there were 2 people standing in front of the one?
No, there's just like there were 2 guys here and 1 woman here, and like when you
nodding behind the fake wheel of the car,
they just kind of like come at you and they're like, hey, and like, do you have any money? Do you have any spare change? And I'm like, and this is like prime COVID time that I decided to stop.
Why are you going to Wings and things asking people if they have spare change?
Yeah.
You buy 1 rib for 30 cents.
I don't know, but it's on the way home from
Nicholas and barbecue sauce. Let me just smell
it. Like I said, this is a prime COVID time.
Can you break money?
You got change of 100
from Juliana's swim lesson at the time.
I was gonna say, if you're driving into the heart of that area for lemonade, you're definitely thirsty.
No, it was her class is in West Hempstead.
Oh, okay.
So if
I bet they put a lot of sugar in their lemonade.
Yeah,
only the good half
of sugar.
So the class, the swimming class, like if I was going to Mike's house, I could just take Hempstead Turnpike.
Whoa! Don't tell people where I live.
You don't live on Hempstead Turnpike, you psycho. Also,
not
who
yet.
Doesn't know where you live? Who doesn't know where you live?
See, I'm gonna cut Mike to the chase here. Mike was gonna say next. Wait a second. They offer swimming lessons over there.
I thought they didn't like to swim.
For fuck's sake.
Boo.
But
So
I like to go to Wing things in Hempstead and order my food and then say all lives matter, right? Is that,
yeah.
So really fast.
I'm okay by saying that, my brother. Just kidding.
Really fast, esteemed co-hosts and guests and people that are listening. I wanted to have Will on today because I want this to be part 1 of our Ask the Teachers What the Fuck is Going On in Schools with COVID series. Because, like, Tim and Mike don't talk to me about what we should do with the show, right? They just do whatever they want to do.
What are you talking about?
I ask you guys what you want to talk about, and you literally get nothing. I get fucking Mike putting posts of a kid in a slug outfit.
Tim drives the podcast.
Tim drives the boat.
Oh, don't start with the fucking Jaws references.
That's one tonight.
Started pulling names from Jaws people. Have you noticed
No.
You got
why?
city show
Because
direction.
I don't fucking care. I don't care. I don't
check this out.
care. I don't care.
Been doing the creek and the cave all your life.
I don't care.
All right. So you wanted to talk to Will about how school is going with COVID. We discussed the fact that we were going to have a couple people on that were comics and teachers.
Okay. First of all, let me ask you: is your daughter in middle school?
Yes.
No, Tim.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm pointing and I forget that you can't.
Oh,
see me
wait.
What
Speaking
didn't somebody come up? Did someone not come up positive in your daughter's school today? I saw the fucking picture of you and your fish. I don't care.
That's what we had for dinner tonight.
That's impressive.
You got that at Gay
You
Filet?
better need a bigger boat. I got that at Wings and Things.
Catfish?
That was a striped bass. But okay, yep, Carla.
To answer, you're asking me.
Yeah.
I don't think her specific school.
Is there more than one middle school in your town?
No.
Then someone tested positive in your daughter's school today.
Yeah.
Surprise!
Well, I didn't get that memo. So
I actually heard something very disturbing today. I work in elementary schools during the day.
That is disturbing.
I'm not sure how that happened. That's super disturbing. That is disturbing.
I got them to sign the waiver. I'm good. That's okay. No, during the day I work in elementary schools in I'm not gonna name the town. It rhymes with Schmenschel Schmeislip, but so we did get a notice last week that one of the students had tested positive. There's like 6 different elementary schools in Central Islip.
Yeah.
One of the students tested positive, and we all got a memo. It wasn't either of the schools that I work at. But then today I was talking to some guy that works at one of the other schools, and he said one of the school nurses tested positive.
Ooh, that's a good
Not
one.
only did they not tell anybody, she was back at work in a week after she tested positive.
Oh, so she got the Trump COVID.
Yeah.
She got that Trump COVID where you test positive and then you just pretend like you didn't and you just go back to doing what the fuck you were doing.
They probably gave her Regeneron.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And you're just throwing hats and T-shirts like you fucking worked the 7th inning stretch at a Yankees game. And
He was like licking masks and throwing them at people. It's great.
And then another one of the schools, one of the teachers tested positive, and I said, "Oh, did they shut down the school?" Because the one that the kid tested positive, they shut down the school. And he goes, "No." And when I asked that, it was like I was like leaking secret military information. Like, but it's interesting because working in schools now because all the precautions they're taking. And Will, you're
middle school, right?
Yeah, in the city. Mm-hmm.
Middle school in New York City schools. Now you're in the thick of it, right? Because you're not in one of the school districts that got shut down, right?
No, we're not. We're so the hot spots in Brooklyn really are around like Bensonhurst, Williamsburg, and then branch out. And then in Queens, it's really from like Forest Hills, Kew Gardens, almost like the Queens Center Mall. That like from that area.
That's where I used to live.
I used to teach over there too, near the Queens.
You didn't used to live there, Carla.
Yes, I did, stupid. That's literally where I used to live.
Lily White, Long Island.
What the hell are you talking about?
Stop chasing clout.
So they so like that area from like 70 something Avenue and Queens Boulevard, Woodhaven Boulevard, that area north, that towards Queens Center Mall, that was like the hot spot. And so that was like red according to Don Cuomo's map. That was red, and then it branches out to orange and yellow. Yellow basically ends by like City Field and the Whitestone Expressway as far as northern Queens goes. My school's not even in that area. So
it's more confusing than gangs in New York.
Well,
Seriously.
okay, so but my point is,
well, I was near like the 40 Thieves more.
Yeah.
All right, fair.
But my point is more you're in the thick of like, you know, the school year. Like you didn't get closed down.
Bowery
You
boy?
guys opened and you're ready to go, right? Like
Is the principal boss Tweed?
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying though. Yeah, we have kids that are either full remote or they come in 2 to 3 times a week on a rotating schedule.
Rabbits.
Huh?
Those are the dead rabbits.
Yeah. And so one of them almost fish hooked my groin, nearly. And the way our school's set up is every teacher, the kids stay in one class and wear masks all day, other than when they have lunch. They eat lunch in the classroom, and whoever's teaching, they're in the back of the room, and we have headsets with speaker, like a microphone. So even if we're in the gym, like, and again, every classroom has at the most like 5 kids because of social distance. And we also have a considerable amount that stay home. We're one of the schools that, and I'm not saying it because I do love where I work, but we're one of the few schools that I think have gone like above and beyond prevention, you know? So I have terrible anxiety. I didn't want to go in and wear a mask constantly. I was afraid that, like, being fat, having asthma, I could have stayed home, but I chose not to go to the doctor. I couldn't get an appointment, first of all, in time to be excused. But I also felt like, you know what, for my own mental health, I like going into work and seeing people. You know, I like going in.
It's like Darth Vader.
Yeah,
and I mean, you know, Chris Christie made it, so, you know.
Yeah. I was gonna be like him. I was gonna hike up my pants to my first set of imaginary abs. No, but
imaginary abs.
But after the first, like, we were all in there a few days before the kids were to report to school. So we spent a few days planning, and just even being in a room with just 2 teachers, like a room that maxes out at say 10, whereas used to be 30 kids and a teacher, you know. Now we were staying like maybe 2 to 3 in a room just to plan. Just interacting with a colleague was like so much better for me than going back in March where everything was a meet or a Zoom.
Yeah. Okay. So your anxiety when you go to school every day, on a scale of 1 to
Chick-fil-A.
Where is it at?
So from 1 to like the most delicious or the most homophobic?
To the most homophobic, like, you know, really like marinated in straight homophobia.
Those nuggets are pretty anti-gay.
Those nuggets will send you to fucking gay conversion therapy. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a shit.
That is true.
Those nuggets don't care.
They one of those nuggets up my ass one time. It wouldn't even go. That's how it came.
I tried to eat it out of there.
Those nuggets are endorsed by Mother and Mike. I honestly, the only anxiety I have in the morning is finding a parking spot and how far do I have to walk into the building, because I literally did not leave my house for 6 months. And I was totally content with that. Daniela would take the kids to the beach. No, I'm good. You don't want to go to the beach? No, I'm good. I was genuinely afraid to be outside, because hearing stories of my close friends that had COVID.
Tim, you had to go and ruin it.
I got to leave the house.
But you what though? I'll say this
still.
To the 19 viewers also. I care very much about the 3 of you, and even if I would text here and there to see how you guys, I do love the 3 of you guys very much.
Right back at you, sir.
I was very worried about you guys. I was worried that I may have been a carrier, and you know, being around kids and giving it to my parents, and that was, for me, that was the hardest thing, is that my parents live in the same town as I live in the same town as my parents, I should say. And seeing my parents every day, they help us with our kids. Yeah. Terrified that my kids could be asymptomatic and my parents get, you know, like the media many times twists it where it makes you afraid. And it definitely worked on me. I had such guilt waiting when our school closed, when the city schools closed. Those next 2 weeks terrified me, not if I showed symptoms, if I heard my parents had symptoms.
Yeah.
You know?
But I gave it to my parents, and I was terrified. I'm like, because they're not old, but they're they're older. They have some underlying issues, and
So
I gave it to both of them.
do you have any guilt in that you gave it to them, but you were denying having it and refusing to go to the doctor? Do you have any guilt because of that?
No, I never have guilt.
Because you should. You probably should have some guilt.
He left his guilt in the special gloves that he got.
I leave my guilt twice a day sometimes.
Does it make you feel like does it make you feel like a shitty son that I was telling you to go to the doctor every day and instead you just super spread it all over your house to your parents?
No, I would have spread it to them either way.
Interesting. Tim, have you gotten a notice as to whether your child has been exposed?
No, you're probably thinking of Bellport. No, it wasn't.
It's literally the town that you live in, middle school.
All right, I'll look it up, but it's not.
Isn't that white only month or something? Isn't that coming out?
Yeah, the school district where it's where they have the whites only month, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised they let me put that proposal through, and I'm not even.
Do they have a lot of Chick-fil-A's there?
There are sadly no Chick-fil-A's.
The cafeteria is actually just a Chick-fil-A. The cafeteria is a Chick-fil-A.
I just started working in a Suffolk County school district, and now there's a Suffolk County school district promoting White History Month.
Coincidence? No.
You worked in that area for like 2 weeks, and you're ready for Edward James Olmos to play you in a movie?
Yeah.
Now, I have one classroom where the students face the opposite way of the teacher. Anybody do that? Like the teacher's desk and all the students' desks are facing the other way. I don't know if the teacher makes them do that.
They're wearing a cone of shame too.
Yeah, I know, right?
Special hats that say "Done CE."
There's another classroom in my building where everybody's present, but the teacher does a video conference to the students who are in another room, and I think that's kind of weird too.
Yeah, we do that also. So I have my typical day when I'm in the building is I see, because we had such a shortage of teachers, I'm teaching like 6 different classes. If we had 30 kids in a class, I would have 3 classes twice a day. And then I would have a prep period and I would have a lunch period. With this, I teach, sometimes I teach 1 class twice a day and like 3 or 4 other classes. I still get a lunch period, but I'll teach maybe 1 class in person, and then the rest are kids that are remote learning.
Yeah.
And my principal and assistant principal, the schedule changed many times because of the fact that throughout the first few weeks, so many parents decided they want their kids to stay home. They at first thought that, blended learning would be a good thing. And then it was, I need my kid home. So, it inconvenienced us a lot, but I totally get it as a parent. Like, you go in thinking, schools will be safe, not to worry. And then you hear of one case 20 miles away and you're like, I don't want to risk it. So I totally get it.
Are your kids home?
My kids go in 5 days a week.
Oh,
we're in a district where the option is
Americans, that's why.
Yeah.
What constitutes being an American, Mike? I pledge allegiance to the.
You know about me. We're all about zones, baby.
Like one of my schools that I work in, we have a wheelchair kid, and I figure like if you're a parent, you have a wheelchair kid, like that's a kid you keep home. Like how much do that kid's parents not want him to be home? That he's a wheelchair kid and they still make him go to school every day.
He might have like special classes or special needs that he needs.
Yeah, he does.
Actually, that's the thing is the special needs children and people that do need the special classes, they are going 5 days a week.
You need
the interventions in order to be able to move forward.
I would say if I had a wheelchair kid, I'd be like, no, my wheelchair kid's staying home because he probably has some kind of sickness.
I think though they just refer to them as their kid.
What's
That's true.
At what point, Mike? At what point did your parents decide? At what point did your parents decide not to intervene about the size of your thumbs? At what point did they decide they were just going to let you live with it?
But that Will has a point though. It's like I wouldn't
I
even
don't know,
be
but she definitely second guessed it when she bought those fucking gloves.
This is my son Jimmy. I'd just be like, oh, this is my wheelchair kid.
Yeah, I refer to my daughter as, oh, that's not my son. I refer to my son as my son, and who's that? Oh, that's the one that's not my son. No, I have a good friend who's they have 2 sons, and the older one is in a wheelchair for life from something at birth, and I know that it's not easy for parents to go through that, but I also know that some parents
doesn't say this is my wheelchair kid and this is my regular kid.
No, they don't. No. Okay. But I also know that sometimes, depending on the severity of what the child may have, they might need paras and aides. You know, there's kids that in some schools, there's kids that are in a wheelchair where they need 6 different people to help them. It could be like a suction machine. There's kids, you know, a guy I grew up with was brain dead from car surfing, and he had to relearn.
Styles?
Oh my God, Mike is brain dead.
Styles' brother, Lewis.
Fair.
That's why he was so afraid of.
I do notice the wheelchair kid's in a classroom with another kid that can't read. So I guess it's.
How do you know he can't read? Why are you all up in his business?
I'm always in there.
Seriously, what are you fucking teaching the kid?
So that could be a self-contained class, though. If there's kids that are not able to read and someone with a wheelchair, it could be that they put them in a room where they have to have a lot of assistance. So sometimes you have like what's called a self-contained class, like students that they typically need a lot more help and incentives to learn, and they're not necessarily learning at the same pace as the average student.
Yeah, because the wheelchair kid reads fine.
I like how Mike is trying to be an integral part of these kids' life. Do you think he drives to work listening to fucking Gangster's Paradise every morning?
Probably.
Yeah.
Now, Will, so if you were a kid like Mike who really just doesn't read past Fox headlines, what class would you say you would put him in? Would he be in? Would he be in a self-contained classroom? Or
sometimes when I talk
what would they do with him?
I turn the chair.
Would now, like, you know, 30 years after Mike's in school, would they intervene about the size of his thumbs, or would they just leave it alone?
Every week, you're a hack. All right, so when they talk to these kids, I turn the chair around and I sit back with the chair, so it looks like I'm cool.
And you're like, what's on your mind?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what
and
it
then
is?
You walk
like a
out.
Middle school guidance counselor.
They throw you an apple one day and they're like, we learned so much from you. And you grab the apple, you're like, no. And you throw it back to them like, you taught me.
Oh, that's how I'm going to end the school year.
He just pulls it up every fucking day, turns it around, sits down. Hey kids, let's rap.
Yeah. Mike at the last day, the kid that only spoke Spanish at the end goes, this for you. And he gives, which is my Belgian accent too. That's my young.
I was just going to say.
This for you.
They just don't know how to say is. That's
he tosses Mike a motorcycle helmet that says El Comico.
Meanwhile,
who's you? Who do you think you are? Yo, he's El Comico, man.
He does these impersonations. You'd swear it was the real people.
Meanwhile, the teachers hate Mike because he's not doing shit. He's just hanging out with the lunch ladies, chugging chocolate milk all day.
Yeah, that's what I do.
In Mike's defense, those chocolate milks cost 30 cents and only fill like a Dixie cup.
I know.
You make fun of him, but he gets free hairnets.
True.
He's like, I read a joke on my apple juice container the other day. I'm like, why are you taking apple juice from the cafeteria of an elementary school? Like,
oh, you want to hear the joke that I do? I have apple juice.
Oh, it's terrible.
I mean, now, why
did the chicken cross the basketball court? Because he heard the ref was blowing fouls. Yeah. All right.
This one's even better. Why didn't the green pepper go to archery camp?
Why didn't the green pepper?
Yeah. Why didn't he go to archery camp? Because he didn't have an arrow.
You want to hear my mom's joke?
That was on a chocolate milk.
Apple juice.
Even worse.
Here's my mom's joke. Here's my mom's joke, Mike. You'll like it. Carla, you're
Snapple fact. That's racist.
What's the difference between Hunter and Beau Biden?
What?
Oh fuck.
Beau Biden put his life down for the military, joined the military and put his life on the line. Hunter Biden got thrown out of the military and put his nose on the line.
Because he was a cokehead.
You can thank my mom for that one.
At least he was. Don Jr. still rubbing it on his fucking gums.
That was rude.
Now, Greg DiFilippo was the first person to point out Tim's background. It does look like I'm about to come to life and sniff him.
I mean...
So we were talking before. Whose underwear is that?
Okay, not Carla's.
No, that is true. That was taken that was taken...
Perillo's?
No, that was at Eric Cassin's house.
Perillo's. By the way, happy birthday, Perillo.
Oh, yeah, happy birthday, Steve.
Happy birthday.
Is it his birthday?
He's fighting Brogan right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're doing that roast battle.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Perillo's birthday. Happy birthday, Perillo. First of all, that does look like I'm going to come to life. Like I look like Joe Biden about to sniff Tim's neck. And
I just love how sensual you're laid out.
I love how it looks like you're just resting in my bosom.
And you also have Biden's
Draw
grin
me like your French whores.
You have Joe Biden's grin like, Senator, I believe these are your 9-year-old daughters.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was at Eric Cassin's house. And I went into his bedroom. Actually, I went into his room because Carla was calling me. And I look on his bed, and his girlfriend's underwear is on his bed. Eric Cassin.
I didn't know you when that happened.
Yeah, you did. It was like a year ago.
First of all, I think Eric Cassin's been dead for over a year. He hasn't been seen or heard from.
That picture's from like a year ago.
No, it's not. And on top of that, I think it was at Kathy Arnold's house. You told me.
No, it wasn't at Kathy.
Get your shit together.
Kathy Arnold had the picture, didn't she?
Kathy Arnold took the picture.
So why would she have been at Eric Cassin's house?
Because we were recording a podcast.
Get your shit together. Eric Cassin's been dead for 2 years.
Nigel Fullerton was there because we were all going to do a reality show, and that never fucking happened because we're all lazy and we all do drugs. And so that's Eric Cassin's girlfriend's panties.
Michael, you do the drugs?
No.
You do the drugs?
I used to do the drugs.
You do the drugs?
He's since learned, and now he teaches inner city youth.
Because you're a positive influence on young children's minds now.
I am.
Mike definitely does drugs, 100%. Like all the drugs. Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Power and the money and the power.
He likes to be judgmental because I was like, I'm gonna.
Minute, hour after hour.
I was like, I want to try smoking weed so I can sleep at night, and he's like, ugh, it's disgusting. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, the first time I hung out with you, you were coked out of your face. What are you talking about?
Cole, you just stole weed from your daughter today.
I did. She was having a party, and then she was like, she showed me that she had marijuana, and I was like, I'll take this, thank you.
Why would she show her mother as marijuana?
Oh, yeah, especially, she's like the narc of all narcs. It's not like she's,
I'm the narc of all narcs.
She's getting flushed.
I'm the narc.
Is it like good weed or was it like weed I used to get in high school?
No, it's great weed. Isabel's got a hell of a hookup.
So we're leaving. This kind of ties into before. We're leaving Chick-fil-A, and we drive out of the one by Broadway Mall. And first of all, my daughter and her friends are talking with British accents the whole time.
Ooh, Peppa Pig.
It's raining.
Who called his daughter Pig?
My daughter, but they were talking like Peppa Pig, and they're all like, thanks, mom, thanks, love. My son, who's 5, is getting in on it too. He's like, no, I don't think so. And
did you want to ram the car into the side of a French tunnel?
I couldn't because there was no paparazzi, and on top of that, I'm stuck because you have like the 2 drive-through lines. Mm-hmm. They coned off the parking lot so that if you called ahead, you could have your own 3rd lane. And that's what my daughter had done. She called ahead.
Yeah. It's genius the way they do that.
Yeah. So I'm trapped. We roll down the window, and all of a sudden the window rolls down. The guy comes over to talk to us. My daughter stops talking the English accent. I'm the only jackie. I'm talking like I'm Bill Butcher. And I'm like, yeah, we're here to pick up the order. And he's like, so he's like, what's the name? And she's like, Joanna. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, we're here for the chicken. I was like, I heard the chicken's good. And the guy goes, well, we have plenty of chicken here, sir. They never talk like that from Hicksville, first of all. They sound like they're from like Hicksville,
Tennessee. It's part of the training.
Yeah. So he's like, He's
They're
like
the same school
well,
that, like, you know, people that do weather at local weather stations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have sunny skies coming up, and we have Joe with traffic.
Hey now.
It's going to be very hot here in Alabama.
Yeah. So long story short, so we placed the order, right? We were like, yeah, it's our order. Like, okay, drive up. Now all of a sudden they're back to talking with the British accents. Somebody driving by smells like pot, and the window comes down again, and now a lady hands us the drinks, and my daughter now decides, oh, my dad did it. I'm gonna be funny and start talking English again. So my daughter's like, thanks, love. Yeah, these are drinks. These are drinks. And her friends in the back are like, yeah, where's my soda? Where's my soda pop? So I say to the lady, I go, yeah, imagine this. They all think they're English. And the lady goes, no, I'm Polish. I'm like, what? I'm Polish. I'm sorry. And meanwhile, she's got, this is what I see. She's got her mask on. And I'm like, what? I'm sorry. No, I'm Polish. I'm sorry, I'm Polish. I'm like, no, they're just, whatever. I rolled up the window, drive away. Now we're behind that van or whatever it was. It's either the van in front of us or the Acura with tinted windows and no rims to our left. I think it was the Acura.
Dealer's choice. All right.
But it smells. And I mean, they're in 8th grade. I know that none of them do it, but I know that they all are aware of what it smells like, you know?
Yeah.
So
stop. None of them do.
I'm
my shirt laundry.
I did, but I don't do it, and I was surprised. Like they all knew what the smell was. But,
Will, you and I are in the minority. Like literally everyone else smokes.
Yeah, I'm sure the parents that do too. But
everyone, like literally everyone.
I don't even drink. Like I can't tell you.
Don't shake your head, Tim. Don't shake your head at me.
I'm not
saying shake my head at you. Listen, fucking accusatory. Settle yourself down.
You're like,
I went to grab my fucking beer.
I don't do the drugs. You and Mike are both going, I don't touch the drugs.
You're not going to Tony
Barrett. I haven't touched drugs in a long time.
No, so. But like I don't think I've ever been in the car with my daughter.
And the drugs, it was the only thing I ever did was smoke weed.
Drugs.
So stop. I wasn't touching anything else. Like, my heart can't take the anger and the fucking shitty diet and the drinking. I'm going to throw cocaine on top of it? Yeah, exactly. Smart decision. No, I'm good, thank you.
It's the drugs.
The cliche line in every movie, are you on the pot?
Are you on the drugs?
The dope.
Do you take the drugs?
It was fucking years and years ago. So
I smell it and I don't say anything. And I hear the girls are like, oh, they're like, somebody's doing drugs. Now, at the same time,
someone's doing the drugs.
But at the same time, one of them farted, and I hear my son, who's 5, goes, "Man, I love that smell." And I was like, and my daughter's sitting next to me, and we look at each other, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "You don't like that smell." He goes, "No." He's like, "That's the best smell," and I'm like, "Where's
talking about the fart or the weed?"
Well, that's what it turns out.
It's actually both combined. It smells like the Atias flea market on a Tuesday.
So one of my daughter's friends farted, and my son decided to fart to be one of them, and he was talking about his own fart.
Your son can fart on command?
No, but he must have had one in him to squeeze out. But he didn't tell anyone that he also farts. So he goes, "That's the best smell ever." And
your
I was
son
like,
enjoys smelling his own farts?
Listen, I would prefer that than what I thought he was talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, it's the stickiest of the icky. But dude, when I smelled the electric lettuce and he said this, my daughter and I looked at each other like, oh, you got to be kidding me, that little cheeky. Immediately I'm going through my mind like he's gonna be on MTV True Life. I'm like I'm in middle school and on Narcon or something, like insane.
That's awesome.
So I wrapped up my Chick-fil-A story and I tied it into
the drugs.
The drugs.
In comedy, we call that a callback.
Yeah, we call that. I got the light 4 minutes ago. I went over. It didn't end on a high note.
It's the drugs.
Yeah. So, like, do you honestly think that this school year is going to play out where they are going to get back to 5? Because New York City schools, from what I hear in general, are doing very, very well. But obviously, things are seemingly taking a turn for the worse again. I mean, there's what, 3 possible football game cancellations this week and counting.
Well, I know the Colts practice facility reopened.
Okay.
Who else was it? I think it was the Titans, the Patriots, right? I forget who the other team was, but
there was one other.
Newton had it. Did Cam Newton have it? Oh no, he was just.
Yeah, he was one of a few that had it. A few, I think they got a little more serious because Cam they could isolate, but I think it was some of the coaches also ended up getting it in New England.
Jesus.
Yeah.
They thought it was Bradyitis, but it was more than it was more than that. They got the fever.
Yeah, I don't see them finishing the NFL season. I don't know. It just screws me every week with fantasy because I'm like.
Do you get your money back if it doesn't finish?
Yeah, I had like 2 guys on my team this week that I kept in that 0. They were out, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Derrick Henry. I was 3-1. In both leagues going into this. Mm-hmm. And Derrick Henry, it was like, is he on a bye? Is he going to play? Is he not going to play? So I played him in one league and not the other. Yeah. Sorry, Carla.
I do love that like half of New England got it. I love it.
I
guess they figured out it's a system virus.
My early prediction is that once Thanksgiving rolls around, no school reopens for December.
I say through February.
That's once Thanksgiving comes, everything's going to be shut down.
See, I find it's interesting that, I look at my kids, right? So they go in 5 days a week. They wear their masks. My son's school, they have plexiglass up in the desks where the kids sit, and even though they're more carriers than necessarily showers. And
they're growers, not showers.
Yeah, I realized as I said it that it was not going to be. I appreciate your timing, sir. No problem. But I realized just as I said, I was like, "Shit, I'm gonna."
You guys keep talking. I'm gonna pause you for a second to get a frosty beverage, but talk amongst yourselves. Okay. Preferably.
Thanks for being interested.
Preferably the boring football or Jaws talk. I'll be right back.
She can't go down with one drink.
With one drink, she can't. She's gone into the kitchen. God damn it, she's gone into the kitchen.
You knew there was one beer left, but you let people get drinking anyway. There's one beer left, and
$3,000 buys an awful lot of Tito's.
Juliana looks at did mom? No.
12 beers went into the fridge.
Did she just realize that all the names that we have are fucking from Joe? I didn't even see her fucking change the name. That's funny.
Juliana went to grab that beer, and goes, that beer will tell you, look, you got any better suggestions?
Literally just water. I was just thirsty.
Boys, I think she's come back for her noon feeding.
Just wanted a frosty beverage. That's all.
In our school district here, there's 3 elementary schools, 1 middle, and 1 high school. In 2 of the elementary schools, they've let us know that there was they call it a preliminary positive.
What the hell?
And so I think what it means is it's the signs, and then they go and they get tested, and then they'll confirm if it really is or not. It's like preliminary positive that you have 100.4 or higher, or whatever. But that first time it was in the one elementary school, it turned out that the kid got it from family, but they hadn't been in contact with anyone. It's a kid that was remote learning. So it was okay. So no one in the school had to worry. In the other school, they were because the kids stay in the class all day in elementary school, they were that it was a preliminary positive, but until they get a confirmation, those kids have been moved to a different room, as has the teacher. So you know that it's a student, not a staff member. I think in Long Island, people panic more about the kids possibly having it and schools more than in the city. And it's not that the people in the city don't care. I don't want to, be misunderstood, but I feel like in the city, they were the last to close as it was. You know, like they at our district here, we weren't one of the first to close, but schools around us, the district started to shut down in February, mid to late February, and then our district did. In the city, they waited too long, but then that became issues where the mayor, obviously the mayor and the governor don't get along, but of course they blame the president for that when it's their call. But I would love it.
Bipartisan show?
Huh?
We like to have a bipartisan show.
Sorry.
Where we blame everyone.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
I thought that meant you blame two parties.
Yeah. Both. It's a two-party system, so that's everyone.
Well, I mentioned how the two that were at fault blamed the other party. So I did include 2 points. Sorry.
Well, that's fair.
So I would love if by Easter we're back in. Like once it's springtime and the Boogaloo Boy flu or whatever, like everything's gone, like flu season's over, all that stuff. Now it's just allergy season, and all the hay fever kids. They're the only ones you have to worry about.
Hay fever kids and the wheelchair kids. Gotta worry about them.
God damn it.
I think we wear like
you leave Ron Kovic out of this.
I get in trouble for saying, I get shit for saying the R word, but fucking Keegan can say wheelchair kids all day long.
It hasn't been outlawed yet.
We wear taupe on Wednesdays for the hay fever kids.
Fucking internalized misogyny.
You made fun of a guy in a wheelchair.
I say it all day long.
Every time I've said the R word, somebody fucking like gasps and like clutches their pearls, and it's a problem.
You heckled my best friend, Wheelchair Justin.
I know, but Mike says wheelchair kid all the time, and it's not a problem. Tim says crazy, heinous shit. No one cares. Everyone's like,
what
"Oh,
the fuck
Tim,
do I
Tim
say?"
And all the Timettes are like, "Oh, I
but
say
Tim
anything."
Throws out
and everybody
big
wants
words.
to jump down my throat and talk about how mean and evil I am.
When Tim starts saying obsequious and obsidians and whatever,
I did say
I'm looking at a thesaurus than the rest of whatever he's saying.
See,
in Tim's defense,
I'd like to know what heinous shit I say.
Have you, like, you say the same shit that I say?
No.
Yes.
I don't ever use the R word.
Yes, you do.
Well, we joke around about it. You're just very mean about it.
Not the R word, just aside from that. Like, all the shit that you say, you get no shit for it. You get no shit for it.
I get shit for it.
No, you don't. By who?
Retard?
Huh?
Retard?
Joan Croupier Asher. Hi, if you're watching, by the way. Gave me a talking to.
All right, we'll go with that example. Joan Croupier Asher gave you a firm talking to, and yet it's still your friend on Facebook. She fucking hates the shit out of me. I never did
for
a damn
good
thing.
reason.
Not for good reason. Not for good reason.
She doesn't like your glasses. She finds them to be pretentious.
And she doesn't like
I don't like my glasses either. I see the frames. When I look around, I see the frames, and it scares me because I think there's something coming at me.
I get that too.
Yeah, I hate it.
And
I hate
because
it. Like, I look to the side and I see something there, and I think there's like a bug coming at my face.
And because you have the ring light, it looks like the fucking optometrist is moving it closer to your face just to do that puff of fucking air.
I'll take them off.
Either that, or you're going to be in a Diddy video like, oh, who's hot, who's not.
I don't really want to look at you people anymore. I like you guys much better when you're a little blurry, to be honest.
Or you're going to talk about how you can't stand the rain in your inflatable garbage bag suit. I can't see. I see the outlines of your faces.
You don't want to.
That's about it.
Jesus.
On my other ones, my squares.
Oh, are you like super strong?
Hey, Jeff Bosey's listening. I went fishing with Jeff Bosey last night. We had fun.
By the way, I'm so sorry. I had suggested that Sunday before Columbus Day weekend, and then I totally forgot about it.
Well, we couldn't do it anyway because the weather. I had the wedding the night before, and then there was some weather issues, so we didn't go anyway.
Yeah, we were in the chilly sun. We ate a cheesesteak. It was delicious.
I'm sorry I couldn't make the wedding either. I knew nothing about it.
The white trashiest wedding of all time. Did we get totally into it last week, or we just gloss over it?
Why would you call it a WT wedding?
Yeah.
Because there were more gauge earrings than teeth at the wedding.
That's fine, but you who live in the land of above ground pools and questionable teeth yourself are going to call something else a white trash wedding?
Above ground pools.
You live in East Ghetto.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they call it?
I live in East Meadow with a beautiful in-ground pool.
Yeah, but everybody around you has an above ground pool, and you know what? Their teeth are pretty questionable. So
and the neighboring
The
towns.
only people with an above ground pool is the chinks next door to me.
Whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa!
I meant the Chinese family next door.
I mean, you want to talk about WT?
The thoughts and
WT
views
what?
of Mike Keegan don't necessarily represent Gov's Radio, Tim or Carla, the domestic disturbance, or anybody
Will also,
decently.
not Will. Will
Sharon, they do rep. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm pretending my screen froze so that
I'm sorry, what was that, Will? You froze up there. Good God. I love how the mark of that's true middle class whiteism is the mark of the higher upper echelon is the fucking in-ground pool.
But you know, there's places I know down south, for example, that kind of a bad example, but there's places where if you want to put a pool in your house, in your backyard, they prefer above ground only because of the resale value. They want to make sure that the house sells. So you could always take a above ground pool out. I know where my brother lives in North Carolina, people want to put in-ground pools, and the town themselves, most of the time they say no, but you can put an above ground in because this way the turnaround would be faster. If somebody wants to move in, it's proof that the house will sell, and keep, for the most part, keep the market value price. That there won't be much of a change, that someone wouldn't lower the price or be forced to increase the price because of an above ground pool. It makes no sense because you would think an above ground pool would cause the house value to go up, but an in-ground pool, but an above ground pool is more desirable because the house will sell no matter what.
I feel like it's probably pretty hard to get like a CO for an in-ground pool in that area.
Yeah,
probably is, just because the houses are right on top of each other, so it's probably a little harder. But I just think it's fucking hysterical that it's like, well, they must be well off. Well, how do you know? Do they have offshore bank accounts? No. They just fucking three brothers just put an in-ground pool in. They got the rocks and the waterfall and everything, so they must be swimming in it.
Yep.
We're upper middle class. We're saving to get an above-ground pool 2 feet in ground.
Oh my God, those are my favorite. Those are my absolute favorite. The semi-in-ground pools, because then there's like a whole deck around them.
Yeah, I'm rich. I'm digging the hole myself. That's how.
Nice.
Yeah.
What? I never dug a hole before.
Where's the line?
You waiting for that fucking bonus there, Clark Griswold?
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing that we had to deal with. So under Bloomberg.
The Griswolds?
No bonuses. So we were working without a contract for years and years ago. Under Bloomberg, we were renegotiating contract. So then, before Bloomberg finished his third term, the agreement was going way back. If prior to like 2010, there was the retro pay due to us. So they broke it up. Instead of giving you say $30,000 taxed, right? They broke it up into 4 chunks. October 15th, yesterday, was supposed to be our final lump sum payment for the last 6 years, right? And usually around October 1st, October 15th, October 5th, we can go in online and check our upcoming check. And everyone was told back in September, listen, in our retirement fund website, make sure by September 1st you put in the maximum amount so that when you get your paycheck, you don't get docked, you don't get taxed all of that last chunk of money coming to you. Mm-hmm. Everyone was told, it's called TDA. So everyone was told, up your TDA to the max. So this way it's all going into your savings pre-taxed. If you don't, when you get your paycheck on the 15th, you're going to get all that tax. So say you're supposed to get $6,000 in your final lump sum. you're getting maybe 3,500 if you're lucky.
Yeah.
But if you up your TDA of that $6,000, if it's all going in there, you're not getting taxed on it, right?
Yeah.
So, long story short, everybody was doing that. October 10th, we're told, oh, by the way, the city has no money. And they were like, wait, what? This was money that was promised to us. It's in a literal and a contractual agreement, and it's not even going, it's going right to arbitration if we're not getting it. So we were supposed to get, so I'm only in the system 6-7 years. I'm getting a decent amount of money, but my wife, who's been in the thing for 20 years, is getting more than double what I'm supposed to get. So you have people that are our age that have been in almost 20 years. You know, we're trying to get our kitchen fixed. People are trying to get above ground pools or in ground pool. But like with COVID and everything, like this was a major bright point for us that this was the final. But long story short, we're getting half of it on Halloween, and we're not getting the other half until July. This was money that's already been owed to us. It's not like it's going to be retro all the way back in July either.
Right. You know what you should do is you should kidnap the superintendent and bring him to your house and have your cousin Eddie put him in the RV.
I can't comment. Ralph Shirley? What are you talking about retro? I cut out retro this year. Yeah, man, but it was like
you get half on Halloween and half is to the Jelly of the Month Club.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that we have
Superintendent's Brian Murray. That's awesome.
Yeah, our kitchen, half our kitchen is under like plastic bags because we have to get sheetrock done and insulation done, and literally was waiting for this paycheck yesterday to finish this up.
Jeez,
that's bipartisan, right?
Sounds like a good time. I mean, you're gonna be working from your fucking unfinished kitchen for about 4 months. So.
But I do. That's the thing is so when I'm not in the building, Thursdays and Fridays I get to work remote because our kids are blended. So yesterday and today,
really? I didn't know that your wife
called interracial.
Oh,
yeah. It's a bad Adam Sandler movie.
I think they're called mulattoes.
It's a bad Adam Sandler, but I'm Terry Crews. I get to tit flex all day. And when one class is with another class, it's called blending.
Which is basically the same thing he did in Friday After Next.
Yeah.
And White Chicks.
That's true.
And Expendables.
Finish your fucking story, Will.
I think he did.
Yeah.
No, you were literally in the middle. You were literally in the middle of a sentence, and they sucked you down a fucking movie loophole. You were in the middle of a sentence, and they sucked you into a movie wormhole.
I'm at a for once in my life, I'm at a loss for words, Carla.
An old friend of mine, Herbie Robinson.
Well, his words have been bitten in half.
Baseball player, wasn't me.
I'll never interrupt a story again.
I'm gonna ignore the particular end of this story until it swims up and bites me on the ass.
So Halloween plans. How do we feel about trick or treating? Are we doing it? Are we not doing it?
Oh yeah,
I mean, people are gonna trick or treat. It's a Saturday. Yeah. It's gonna be what it is.
I would totally go trick or treating if I wasn't gonna be at the Comedy Cove in Springfield, New Jersey, October 30th and 31st. Tickets on sale now.
There it is. The plug.
But no, at trick or treat, if you can go to the Chick-fil-A and grab a burger, you can fucking.
They don't have burgers at the Chick-fil-A.
I'll make
Don't act like you don't know the fucking entire Chick-fil-A menu. Don't play yourself.
He's like,
the trick is on you, buddy.
You know, I'm not saying go to Chick-fil-A and get a burger. If you can go to Chick-fil-A and get a burger somewhere, then you can go fucking trick or treating. Take the kids trick.
Go to Shake Shack, get some hummus and chips. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, don't ruin it for the kids.
You feel comfortable having kids come to your house? Like you feel comfortable?
Just leave a bowl out.
I always feel comfortable having kids come to my house.
Now he's got a leap. Now he's got a reason.
Yeah.
I heard Mike's
only
Joe
if they're
Biden
wheelchair kids, though.
What?
Mike's Biden this year. He's just gonna be like, and who are you?
I love the fact that Biden is all of a sudden a pederast. It's unbelievable to me that this is actually holding validity. He's a weird, awkward guy.
It literally makes no sense.
It makes all of the sense.
It makes no sense.
He's a weird, awkward guy. I will give you that.
Here's the thing, Jack. Okay, you wanna, for the, I mean, in 1990, I mean, come on, man.
Come on, man.
I'm going to tell you straight, Skip. I don't know.
understand why people are so comfortable making fun of him because he has a speech impediment. That's a weird
thing.
Because
he has a speech impediment. I'm making fun of he's senile and he has.
Really? I mean, like, you want to talk about senile? Like your fucking Trump dump can finish a fucking sentence?
He finishes every sentence.
Dude, he was sweating like a coke fiend.
Mess when he
phenomenal.
He doesn't even make sense. He literally cannot complete a thought.
Phenomenal. He fucking literally said QAnon was fine. Is essentially what he said.
But he doesn't know. He didn't say QAnon's fine. He said, I don't know what they do. If they think pedophiles are bad, maybe they're good.
Yeah, come on. The insinuation.
You know what they do. You know what they do. What are you talking about? I don't. No, you do. You know what they do. I just told you. Yeah, but you telling me doesn't mean that it's right.
Exactly.
That's a fact.
He's retweeted.
And watching TV all day long, he sure doesn't fucking know
retweeted QAnon shit. He just this week retweeted the fucking the SEAL Team 6 didn't kill Bin Laden shit.
Yeah, but there's a difference between Q versus QAnon. There is. I've listened to
They're all under the umbrella of bullshit conspiracy against one particular political ideology. That's the thing.
I don't know if it's an ideology, but you have
100%.
You have Q.
No, there's no central organization. It's not real.
You have Q drops though. You have Q.
Really, the FBI says that it's probably the FBI has literally come out and say that it's a reason for the stoking of
the
right-wing.
FBI lost all their validity to me. I don't care.
His fucking pick.
Really, the FBI.
Yep.
Really.
Yeah, really, the FBI.
I really appreciate about Mike that
here, Carla's gonna say something condescending.
He just really has no problem just absolutely repeating what Trump says, and it doesn't even like.
All you do is repeat memes.
There's no issue. You take no issue with it. Like, I don't even believe in the FBI. I don't even believe in the CIA. So like, I thought Blue Lives Mattered and all that shit. So not the FBI, just
on Facebook.
No, just the beat cop.
Just the regular schmegular beat cops. They're the only ones that matter.
Yeah, not the FBI.
That's the only law enforcement you back. Not the FBI, not the CIA.
Exactly, Carla. Exactly.
I'm saying, like, you're going back and forth. You're telling me that Blue Lives Matter and that you back law enforcement, but you're also telling me that you don't believe in the FBI and that they have no validity.
Okay.
So how can it be both? That's all I'm wondering.
Both.
How is it
both? Because the leadership of the FBI failed us. And
you mean the person that Trump appointed?
The person Obama appointed, and that shows you that there's corruption in the FBI.
You might want to do a little checky over there.
Christopher Wray is in charge of the FBI. He was put in there by Trump.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Christopher Wray, first of all.
All right.
Second of all, the FBI, I don't care if they're going to say what they want to say. I know what I see.
What do you see?
So is your position then that Blue Lives don't matter?
My position is that QAnon's not a real thing. There's no central organization. They're Antifa. Same thing. None of them exist. You could deny one thing and not the other if that's what you want to do.
Does the FBI exist?
No, the FBI doesn't exist. Neither does the CIA.
CIA does not exist.
Carla, stop saying things. You sound so dumb.
Like I sound dumb? Have you heard you? You're blaming the head of the FBI that Trump appointed.
No, I'm not. Did you even listen to it? No, because
you did. Yes, you did. You sound so dumb.
FBI names QAnon conspiracy theories domestic terrorism threat. And the guy went on. Did he really? Did he just leave?
He's getting his glove.
Did he just get pissed off and leave, or did he?
Why did he get mad at me? He called me dumb.
Or was that the perfect timing of all perfect timing?
I don't know, but he called me dumb, and then I was like, "You're dumb," and then he left. So do you think he left because I said he's dumb? But he called me dumb first. Did he not call me dumb first? Somebody back me up. He called me dumb first because I didn't call him dumb. I said you just feel comfortable repeating everything that Trump said.
I can't believe he just. I guarantee you, because I don't know Mike is the type to just fucking cut out. He gets frustrated sometimes, but like he won't cut out, especially if like we're going at him about something. It had to be that his shit died. I guarantee you.
I don't think so because it seemed to me like he reached up for a second. So I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see if he pops back on.
Who knows? I think he's just gone. I don't know why he's mad.
Well, I don't know. Because I couldn't believe that that Trump really gave validity to QAnon. And you know how much I fucking.
But I didn't see it as him giving validity. I think she asked him. She asked him to disavow them, and he was like, "Listen," he's like, I don't know everything about them. So when she said the things that they believed, he's like, okay. He goes, but if that's what he's like, I don't know what they're saying. But her telling him that they believe that they're anti-pedophile trafficking and they think people are lizards and stuff. He's like, okay. He's like, but I don't know that. She's no, I'm telling you, I think not to defend him, but I think the stuff that he could say, without denouncing them, it made sense. Because remember, if you go back to the first debate with Biden, and this goes for people that don't like Biden either. Whoever's asking the questions, the questions are pre-made. They know exactly whatever you're going to answer. If they're out to get you or they're out to make you look bad, you got to be careful how you answer. So if you said to Trump, do you denounce the KKK, right? And only say that, he's going to say yes. But if you say, do you denounce white supremacy and this and that, and he'll go, hold on, name a group. And they didn't. If he just said, well, if you're saying this, and probably if he doesn't know, and I'm playing devil's advocate, if he doesn't know every single one of those, and say one of them, say for argument's sake, group 7 that's mentioned in that is literally is.
Here's the thing, Will. You're right in what you're saying. However, it shouldn't get to him throwing out there. You want me to put somebody? You want me to, denounce somebody? Name a group. All that had to be done was the minute they said denounce white supremacy. I denounce white supremacy in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. I don't care what group you're from. No race is better than another race. We're all in this together. We are all human. We're all Americans. Exactly. That's the fucking answer.
And if they started naming groups, he could just say, I don't know.
I don't know what the groups are. I'm telling you across the board.
I denounce
but don't you understand? But don't you understand from a reporter's point of view, if he goes that way and says, I don't know these other groups, look at what happened with QAnon, that you can immediately then accuse him and say, you're the president, you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. I feel like if with Biden, and if Biden was president, I feel like it would work the same way. If Biden was president and they say, do you denounce Antifa? Do you denounce BLM? And you start going to all these, and if they're out to get Biden and Biden says, hold on, name a group, and they go, no, I just named all of them. And if Biden isn't familiar with the third or fourth they say, if he says, I denounce these 2, there are people that would jump on him and say, well, he denounced those 2.
And they should. And they should. They should. But here's the thing. He shouldn't say, name a group. The question is, do you denounce white supremacy? There should be no fucking further discussion than I denounce white supremacy and anybody that stands behind the mantra. We are Americans first. It does not matter what your race, color, creed is. Hands down across the board, you can name whatever group you want. If they ascribe to white supremacy, I'm not on board with them. And you shut it down right there. But he toes the line. And he toes the line because he knows that a good portion of those people like him for it. Like him for the fact that he toes the line. And it's the same thing with QAnon. He knows what QAnon is. He's been asked before. There was a whole thing over the summer where he talked about QAnon conspiracies, and they asked him about it. He knows what QAnon is. He's not the moron that, like, you know, everybody purports him to be when he's just like, well, I don't know. No, he knows. He knows exactly what the deal is. So if he's asked about a QAnon conspiracy theory as the fucking president of the United States, who's supposed to hold moral weight, you have to say, I denounce these people. They're insane. Lizard people, Democrats fucking eating children and fucking them. I mean, stop. This is all nonsense. Let's get back to policy issues. We can have disagreements about policies and how to handle things. We should not be having disagreements on whether there's fucking shape-shifting lizard people or fucking a pedo Satan child ring run by Democrats. That just should not go. But he doesn't do it. He doesn't do it because he knows that those people like him. He's part of the conspiracy. He's the savior. And his ego won't allow him to just say, that's a bunch of bullshit. So it's dangerous. And that shit should be shut down right away. And if he was a normal fucking sane person, he'd shut it down. He would just shut it down. But he doesn't do it. He dances the line because he wants to keep those people on board. They're his base. And that is a frightening fucking thing. They're his base.
I wouldn't say that QAnon people are his base.
They 100% are.
I don't think that's the majority of people. I don't think the majority of voters for him are QAnon people.
They believe that he is. I wouldn't say majority of his voters are QAnon people. I would say
majority of I would say all of QAnon.
Hold on a second. Hold on a minute. To wrap up the show, give me 1 second here. Mr. White. Hi, Mr. White.
I'm a white. Oh wow, I got a word in. That was awesome.
I'm assuming that you forgot to plug in.
Yeah.
All right.
No, he didn't. You reached up.
Yeah.
Everybody saw you reach up and unplug.
Obviously. Because you wouldn't let me get a word in, and you're putting words in my mouth, and I'm sick of it. So, there you go.
Mike, you plug back into the woke matrix.
So wait a minute. I didn't. All right. I was trying to cover for you.
Yeah. I'm just sick of it. I'm tired. I had 2 hours of sleep, and she won't let me get a word in, and she's putting words in my mouth, and she's condescending, and I'm fucking sick of it.
How am I condescending? Because I pointed out that something was wrong in what you were saying.
Nothing was wrong with what I'm saying.
Yes, it is.
See, here we fucked up. Let me talk. Let me fucking
But
talk.
like, if your position is that you back law enforcement, and then you're saying that you don't back the FBI.
God damn it!
I just saw the whites in Mike's eyes. He must be mad because I've never seen them before.
God damn it!
So
I'm still here. I just wanted to make sure that I got that point across.
So Tim, do you like stuff?
I'm back.
I just want you all to know why I drink. Although I think you already know.
Why is he being a baby?
I honestly, in his defense, I thought he got like 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, he's probably pretty
needs
shot.
A fucking nap.
But,
I told him that earlier today too. He was being kind of crabby when I was on the phone.
Well, I don't even think it's just that. We are trying to have a discussion, and I know where your point is coming from, and you're not wrong. It's an interesting juxtaposition to, like, you know, whatever with the FBI and then the regular beat cop who can, you know, like, you know, wave the blue line flag. That's a whole other thing. Yeah. But he was trying to get a word in. And you just were going at him in your fucking Carla defense lawyer way, and boy, he just couldn't deal with it. Wow, I can't believe he fucking shoved off.
You know, when Carla repeats the same question 10 times, what's he talking about? What's he talking about?
The best part is I'm looking on the comment thread, and it says Mike Keegan is watching with you. Mike, I miss you. I love you. God damn it, Carla. Can you fucking...
What do you mean, God damn it, Carla? Like, I can't ask a question and get an answer?
You weren't letting him answer, though.
Because he was trying not to answer. He was trying to change the topic of conversation, and I'm trying to make him stay on topic. Like if I'm asking you a question because what you're talking about are two completely different things. You're now seeing two completely different things. That you have this position, now you're saying you have this position, and they're completely in opposition to each other. And I'm saying pick one, and then he's like, okay, but Trump said, and I'm like, no, I'm not asking what Trump said. What are you saying? You take a position, and he won't answer. And then
hold on. Mike Keegan in the comments. James Comey was a fucking piece of shit. His corrupt FBI lost all my confidence in them.
I still have confidence in the FBI. I have friends in the FBI. I still have confidence in them. I have friends in Secret Service.
I have confidence in the FBI. I think the FBI. Listen,
I think it's like everything. There's gonna be a minority that are corrupt.
I will agree with Mike that Comey's. I hate to fucking say it with Will on. God damn it. Comey's sanctimonious. I know what's right. You're welcome for the fucking bingo win, Plagianos.
Carla.
Comey's, Comey's fucking virtuous bullshit of I have to do what's right and only I know what's right. Coming out first with the Hillary email thing and then reversing course and all this other stuff did cast a lot of fucking shadow on the FBI. I think Comey will even fucking say that. But that does not mean that the fucking rank and file FBI people, all right, aren't out there working their goddamn asses off. And they actually started, here's another thing that they're going to say is completely partisan, but it's almost impossible to be partisan when you're doing this sort of shit. They started investigating Giuliani this week for the Hunter Biden email shit that they think is being funneled directly from Russia. They have determined that the Post story was a bunch of bullshit, and they're trying to figure out where all this information is coming from. They suspect that Rudy is being fed through Moscow. Also, interestingly enough, and we can wrap this up with this, Rudy's daughter...
Oh, yeah. That was great.
Came out with a piece in the New Yorker saying that everybody should vote for Biden and get Trump out of office.
Well, I mean, if there's anyone I'm going to listen to, and
it's Rudy Giuliani's daughter. I would actually listen to his son, his creepy son.
Only because
that kid couldn't sit
Chris
still.
Farley is dead. Had Chris Farley dressed up as his son, you go, my dad's the mayor. I love the mayor. Then I really would have voted. And nothing tells me more than which way to vote than Bruce Springsteen threatening to move to Australia. If Trump wins.
Did you see that koala, Wendy?
Can we quickly discuss the Ice Cube thing?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so I haven't been able to figure out why people think that he's backing Trump. What exactly, does anybody know why they think that?
I think because Diddy is not backing Trump. Diddy wants to create a black party, which I think like 50 years ago was done. But he wants to create a black political party for blacks only.
Like the Black Panthers?
No, he not so much the Black Panthers, a political party that is only in the best interest of I don't even know if it's people of color in general or just black Americans.
I feel like that would be awesome because I feel like black Twitter is probably amazing. I just don't know how to find it.
Black Twitter is the best.
But
you've never seen Black Twitter turn on somebody?
No. But I feel like it's fun as hell.
Oh, it's great.
But I think Diddy's point is probably just the fact that if you don't feel either candidate is representing you, or say you're an independent, and right now, I mean, how many people really remembered Gary Johnson in the 2016 election? If you're an independent, you knew who Gary Johnson. I think the average Republican Democrat didn't know Gary Johnson was a candidate. So we live in a society where there's all these genders. You can identify as anything, but we still have two major political parties. And I feel like I don't know anyone that wholeheartedly agrees with every single policy. If you listed all 30 something policies that every party represents, I don't know anyone that emphatically agrees with all 30. And I think that's where if Diddy is coming up with, or Sean, I don't know what he goes by nowadays, but if he's saying, I think we should have a party that represents Black Americans. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong, but I understand someone feeling that someone needs to step up and start creating more parties because we're diverse in thinking.
You're right.
And in our opinions.
You're
like
right.
I'm independent, not because I'm anti-Republican or anti-Democrat. I'm not. There are things I feel are beneficial for people in both, but not to the point where I'm wholeheartedly, emphatically in favor of one party, because there are things that I agree with personally that I also don't think benefit the country as a whole. And not everyone thinks that way. And I'm not going to force someone to think that way either.
We haven't had a viable third-party candidate since Ross Perot. And that
right. And he screwed George Bush. Everyone's convinced.
Oh, 100%.
He totally screwed. And George Bush was when he changed in 92, Bush was running under right to life. Yep. He wasn't even just Republican. And like, no one talks about that. People are afraid now that with Amy being elected, that like she's going to now overturn Roe v. Wade. She even said, like, you want me to revisit something that was already decided on? Like,
I think there's ways around that, and I think she's very coy about it. But here's the thing about Ross Perot.
Gonna finish?
No, I'm sorry.
I'm speaking.
No, I was doing my Now you can lead a horse to water, see, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
That's okay? Right. Can I finish? God damn it, just registered. Fuck.
Would it be better if I say, "Who am I? Why am I here?"
Well, that's the goddamn thing. It was fucking Stockdale, I feel like, that tanked him.
Ruined him.
Tanked him. That opening to that fucking... It was, first of all, one of the funniest goddamn things ever. And secondly, like, it absolutely just ruined.
He walked in front of the podium. Like, what am I standing for?
Who am I? And what the hell am I doing here?
Like when Phil Hartman played him and walked in front, he should have also been on Frozen Caveman. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a kid. This podium frightens me.
I'm just a caveman.
Stockdale. God damn it.
The best thing they could have done was have him sit in the back of a Toonces the cat Uber driver.
That's amazing. Toonces the driving cat. Here's the thing. The other thing is, Ross Perot was 100% right about NAFTA. 100% right about NAFTA. But
I think what hurt him was, for many people, he doesn't represent the dream of hard work and, assuming it's honest living, you can make a fortune. I think for many people, he was a threat because he represented business.
Well, because he owned Texas Instruments, and he was, But I mean, I thought he was self-made. So
right, he's self-made. But if you're not a rich white guy from the South, do you really identify with this guy? I don't.
I identified with Paula Dean's butter addiction until she started throwing around the N-word like it was a fucking Tarantino script.
Again, who was surprised that a Southern woman in her 70s drops the N-bomb more than occasionally? Who's shocked by that?
I was more surprised that she used that much butter and hadn't dropped dead on a show. Now, here, we're going to have more Bonner. Like, the fact that she didn't breathe like Biggie Smalls, like...
Of course she was racist.
But, like,
of course she was racist.
Gooey butter.
She probably only owned coonhounds because she's a pile of shit.
It was delicious. I'm telling you, if you cook with hatred... And racism and bigotry.
Is that why? Are we spinning it right back around? Is that why Chick-fil-A is fucking so delicious?
It's like MSG. MSG makes everything delicious, and makes people sick. It also makes people sick. So does bigotry and hatred and racism. It's delicious.
Can we just like not let?
It'll make you sick.
Can we just not fucking? Can we
let
people live?
The secret ingredients in Colonel Sanders chicken. By the way.
If you're gay, live. It's fine. Who gives a fuck? Why are we trying to stop people from being who they are? And if you're another color, if you're a person of color, why are you any different? We all fucking breathe air. We all die of COVID. We all got to deal with shit every goddamn day. What's the fucking difference? If you're out there and you're looking at a person of color and you're saying, oh, I'm better than you, fuck right off. Just fuck off. I don't give a shit if you're Paula Deen or not. It's just fucking asinine to me. Treat people with just a modicum of fucking dignity and respect. And if they don't deserve it, then fucking shit on them.
Sure.
Okay.
I have to look that one up.
Which one?
I thought it was modicum.
It is modicum, but once you cross the Oakdale merge into
I'm
Suffolk...
stupid, so that's why.
Once you cross the Oakdale merge into Suffolk County, there's a little bit of a twang.
I'm not allowed to go into Suffolk County.
That's fair.
My passport is not up to date.
Oh, God damn it. All right, well, Michael has left us for the evening.
Yeah, he's just shitting on us in the comments because he's a baby.
That's all right. Listen, I do feel like that we were jumping on him and not letting him talk. So.
Boo. You know how many times you guys do that to me? Boo.
I didn't.
Oh, is that right, Captain? Ba 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 ba.
Oh, we didn't even get to talk about Cardi B's nipples. I guess we'll do that next on Tuesday.
Okay.
I don't even want to know what Cardi B. Okay, I missed that. Mike, do you want us to wait?
I heard she's back with her ex-husband.
She is back. She filed divorce papers and got back with her ex-husband, and then accidentally posted her own nudes.
Really?
Yeah.
She pulled a fucking Captain America?
Yep.
So then what's the deal with the nipples?
Her nipples are weird. I don't think they're weird.
Didn't she just have a baby?
Yeah. So people are complaining about. Well, not.
Well, was she breastfeeding?
So people don't know how that works after you give birth?
That's what I said. I was like, I think that's just because she had a baby that her nipples are all weird, but.
Fucking cat. Like, really? Holy shit. She just had a baby. She's probably breastfeeding. Get over it, people. Fuck is wrong with you? Jesus Christ. Let a woman live, for God's sakes. Although pretty funny that she leaked her own nudes. Yeah,
and then she wrote
You think it's accidental, or you think she?
I think it is accidental because it wasn't. I think if she was gonna leak her own nudes, they'd be very flattering.
Oh, it wasn't a flattering picture?
It was just weird. Her boobs do look weird in the picture, and I don't think she would have done it.
Well, describe weird.
Go look them up.
Can I use this platform to announce my candidacy for president of the United States in 2024?
Oh, yes. Fuck yes.
Yes.
Thanks. I might as well run.
Wig party?
No party. None of the above. None of the above.
All right.
And I don't even have millions to spend.
I mean, let's get an originalist hairstyle back in the White House. I agree.
I gotta tell you guys,
let's bring the wigs and the Tories back. My teeth are going to be made out of porcelain, not wood of, or what was it? No, it was teeth of slaves, right? It wasn't wooden teeth.
I thought it were made of wood.
No, they said in the last year or two, they said Washington's teeth, somewhere they had said Washington's teeth were actually made of teeth from slaves, that it wasn't.
How did they get them to sit in his mouth?
Maybe they used like a wood base.
Wait,
I don't know.
So they weren't made of wood? That was just the name of the guy that they bought?
No. I don't know how they obtained them, but in the last, my God, in the last 6 months,
you can guess how they obtained them.
Well, if it's like Death Was
Not
4,
willingly, I bet.
If you see Death with the springboard, I don't care how they obtained them from slaves. It's still wrong.
That's a goddamn great reference.
But
wow.
That's what's his name was one of the street toughs in that.
Goldblum.
Yeah, he was a rapist in that.
That's right.
That was like one of his first roles.
What was the line? Goddamn rich cunts, I kill rich cunts. That was Goldblum's line.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He was like, yes. You ever hear his whole thing that he was so nervous when he was reading for a role that he was doing this with his hand? And he was like, yes, and they were like, that's great. That's so great. We didn't even think the character had these like pantomime stuff. That's amazing. Like you really got in the character. He was like, I'm just yes, very nervous. And they were like, no, stay like that.
Little known fact, that audition was for Amon Gertz, but Spielberg said, no, I like the hand movement. We're going to throw you in Jurassic Park.
You're going to be a T-Rex. Keep your hands tucked in like this and roar, dinosaurs.
Roar.
If you listen, he's like dinosaurs. Like, who says it like that? Go have some coffee with your sugar. Fly reference. No, but I swear in the last 6 months, I remember reading somewhere that that they discovered that Washington's teeth were not wood. He may have had a wood set, but I could have sworn somewhere that he had teeth that were made from slate. It could have been fake, but it doesn't seem like an
evening set and a day set, and the evening set were actual real teeth, like his fancy teeth.
Really?
No, I'm asking.
Oh, I don't know. I can't see that. I can't think that would be something just made up recently, though. You know. But anyway, I don't have wooden teeth, nor do I have teeth from slaves. I have caps, but they're metal, or whatever. I don't know, whatever cap's made of. It looks like
the Polydent.
Yeah,
mine's made of porcelain. I have a cap.
No, mine are like, I don't know what the heck they are. But yeah, no, I figured there's no, I don't represent any political party, so I figured there's a lot of people out there like me that don't 100% agree with one or the other.
Yeah,
and
most
clearly
people.
You guys will be cabinet members.
Oh, Jesus. What are we in charge of?
We'll
are you
have to discuss?
Carla, you going to be running the Justice Department?
She's my Attorney General.
All right, fair enough.
Right?
I want Secretary of State.
I could be Secretary of State.
I want Secretary of State.
I would be a great Secretary of State.
You would be. You can't listen to Mike for 3 minutes.
Mike's intolerable. He's intolerable.
Listen,
you're gonna meet intolerable people if you're the Secretary of State.
You're talking about my running mate, first of all.
that's the fucking
Vice
President Keegan.
Don't think he would order Chick-fil-A every day to fatten me up more so that I drop dead one day and he walks in.
You know what? I got to tell you, you know what I love about this moment right now? Like, Mike ran off, but there's still Mike there.
It's just going to say.
Yeah, dude. But Mike's still here, but he's just silent. And it's like the best Mike. This is like the best.
Sharon Keegan, 2024. Let's lay down some policy.
Make America morbidly obese again.
Oh my God! All right.
Yeah, no, but Tim, first of all, I don't even know if I could have you in one position. I'd rather you just be my advisor, like my consigliere.
I'm gonna be fucking Bannon.
No.
I was gonna say, does that mean I get to sell dummies parts of the wall? That'd be awesome.
Nah, I feel like because I need someone that, because I don't, like I was saying, I don't have one political party. Mike is more conservative and Republican.
True.
And you're more independent but left leaning on some issues.
Left leaning, yeah.
But you're both as Carla is too. You also are voices of reason on certain topics that I like to hear everyone's opinion. No, I'm not saying you're not the voice of reason on everything.
No, of course.
But I would take all of your opinions to heart, because I feel like the three of you do speak on behalf of most people. And
well, I'm down.
Yeah,
I'll run your campaign.
I'm not running. Trust me, I'm slowly sashaying.
Sashaying. Well,
I like that.
Don't do it to Chick-fil-A.
No.
Oh, all right. It's 10:54. Mike's not coming back. We put in a good one. You're welcome, people. Tuesday, maybe we'll revisit Cardi B's nipples after I've had a chance to see them. I don't know what it looks like. Does it look like a Jackson Pollock painting?
You know what? I think that's what it is. Like, people, I think a lot of people maybe are unfamiliar with what a nipple looks like.
What a nipple looks like after
birth.
Right.
After you give birth, your nipples are not the same. They look very different, and we'll revisit it on Tuesday.
I don't understand why we got to be putting people down, if they're just fucking first of all, it was an accident, and secondly, she's breastfeeding.
Or is it also
whether it was an accident, whether she's breastfeeding, whatever?
You just shouldn't put him down.
She has a fucking rocking body. She has a rocking body. Like, enough. Like, if her nipples are weird, oh well. Like, her body is ridiculous. She's a beautiful woman. Leave it alone.
I think that's ridiculous. She eats up all your crackers and your licorice. You're ticklish? Yeah, I called you fat. Look at me, I'm skinny. Sorry. Right. I wonder though, like, is it, when it comes to celebrity stuff, is it the fascination to body, or is it the obsession we have where everyone's put on such a high pedestal, we expect them to be perfect, that people revel in the fact that they're human like us?
I think it's both. Right? I think it's a matter of I don't think it's human like us. I think it's that there's such a jealousy factor. Like Carla said, she's got a rockin' body. So, oh, look, we found the flaw. Let's fucking obsess about it. And I think that is, a lot of that has to do, obviously, that's human nature. We're all jealous by nature. But the other thing is,
I'm naughty by nature, by the way.
Well, not because I hate you, but
if you feel me flow,
I do. I was listening to Naughty by Nature today. I fucking
because I played the Arsenio Hall.
That's exactly why.
Yeah,
that's exactly why.
And Tretch, when Tretch comes out, he doesn't even have to go tippy tippy tall, tippy tippy tall. No matter what he says, the second you hear him, he's like Jimi Hendrix guitar or like Angus Young guitar. There's certain guys, and Tretch is one of them, where the second you hear one word, you know that it's him.
Oh, 100%.
He's got such a distinct,
I hope Dave is dropping a load on him somewhere, to be honest. But yeah, Tretch is one of the most underrated MCs. All right, we can go on for fucking days about it, but we'll talk more about Cardi B on Tuesday when Mike hopefully is feeling better and we can listen to what he has to say.
We'll make sure he naps before the podcast, guys. Although he may have just quit. I don't know. Either one is fine.
On behalf of Michael Keegan, our co-host, thank you guys. Check out, I'm sure on his page, and we'll post it on Domestic Disturbance. He's got a gig coming up on Halloween. All right. I believe in Point Pleasant, Uncle Vinny's. So if you're around there, get tickets for sure. And again, check out our Facebook page. We'll post it. Will, you are a gentleman, and I fucking love having you on.
I love you guys, man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely love it.
Having me on. Carla, anything?
Apparently, I've said enough because the fans are angry. The fans and some of the fans' moms have had it with me.
Oh, for fuck's sake. She's a very sweet, lovely woman. Okay?
You?
I like her. We'll talk to you guys on Tuesday. Hold on.
We've lost our voice! We've lost our voice! We've lost our voices! It's in the way! It's in the way we breathe! We've lost our voices! It's in the way! It's in the way we breathe!
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Domestic Disturbance Podcast, and if you didn't, even better. You can show us your disdain by sharing the show from iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Though honestly, nobody uses Google Play. Check out our Facebook page for any upcoming comedy shows or appearances from Carla, Mike, and Tim. Also, don't forget to check out our favorite band, Bore, on Spotify, or purchase their new EP, Bore 2, on iTunes or Bandcamp. We'll see you next week, Rageaholics.